Okay, welcome back to the channel. This is at 69-327 I've been working on. I had actually great success with getting out those pistons. What worked for me was heat them up with a torch and squirt a little bit of WD-40 on there, and then that seemed to break it loose little by little, but it worked. Actually, I was kind of shocked, but I got them all out. There's no digging or deep scratches in the bores, surprisingly. So yeah, get all the pistons out. Let's see if we can look at one here. This one here, you can see that hole in there? That's because I was beating it from the, from the bottom up that way with a bar, and it just gave loose. That was before I tried the heat in WD-40. Not all of them were like that. Most of them are not. There's just two that broke like that, but most of them I pounded from the bottom. Some of them actually, once I got the crank out, I pounded a majority of these out from the top. Just squirted WD-40 around the edge of it after I heated it up, and you can see the WD-40 bubbling up, and just tap, 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 little by little, and came right down in the bores, in the cylinders. So I was actually quite surprised about that. The only thing is I got to get the camshaft out. Some of the lifters actually, you can't see it, but some of them actually I was able to tap with a screwdriver. If I get a screwdriver between there, tap them out from this side. Most of them I can't get a screwdriver on, but the ones that I could, most of them tapped right out. They're not all the way out of the block, but because I obviously haven't turned the block upside down, but they're sticking up far enough where I could probably grab them at this point. But yeah, I got it out. Got to get the cam out next. That's going to be the task. Yeah. So I'm very happy about that. The fuel pump push rod, which is frozen in there, I'll probably have to heat that up too. I shot some transmission fluid in there. See if I can't break up the rust a little bit. I thought maybe that was what was holding the cam from turning. I can't tell if it's hitting that lobe or not. I don't think it's touching that. I think the fuel pump rod's just frozen, rusted in place. But yeah, the next step is to get the cam out. I tried it before I did this video. It's still not turning out. I want to crank on it, but I'm just happy to have all the pistons out. Crank wise, there's the crank. Strangely enough, there's smooth surfaces. You got that line there, but there's no gouges in them. I've seen guys actually that would just polish these up with 800 or 1200 grit sandpaper and WD-40, polish them up and reuse them. I don't know if this would be a candidate for that, but look at that one. I still got to get this off. That was being a bitch, but I've got to get that off. But that's the crank. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy I got that off. I'll stop this video and turn the block over, give you a view from the other side. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the motor turned over. You can see the cylinders. There's no gouges. I mean, it probably will have to be bored out 30 thou, I'm thinking for sure. Yeah, I got a couple of the lifters to tap up from the bottom. That's about it, really. Cam and lifters is what's left. Only thing left, and then it will be off to the machine shop. Really wish I can get that to turn, but I'll work on it. I could probably get that with some channel locks, but cylinders, surprisingly, I mean, there's a little bit of surface rust here. You know, honestly, there's not much of a, well, there's a little bit of a lip, but I'm still going to try to clean them up the best I can with like a WD-40 and a Scotch Brite, but it definitely will have to go to the shop. Probably get bored. But manual transmission, obviously, right? I don't know if this is a high horsepower 327 from 69. I don't know if they were all that. I don't know if the horsepower ratings were that much in 68 and 69. Were they? I think the 62 to 67 were the high horsepower 327s, because these are a large journal. But yeah, I don't think the heads. I don't think their heads are anything fancy. I doubt it. I haven't run the numbers on them, but I've got fuelie heads to put on this motor anyways. So I've got 194 fuelies. I do want to get a set of 202 fuelies, realistically. But you know, but then again, in today's world, the new aftermarket aluminum heads way outflow the heads that came on these 327s. The fuelie heads, the camel hump heads. Back in the day, those were the ones to have, because obviously that's all they had at the time. Those were the ones to get for the high horsepower motors. Like I said, I've got a set, but today the aftermarket aluminum heads flow numbers are just way better than the old 327, you know, heads. But then again, if somebody wanted matching numbers, blocking heads and cranking all that, that's another thing in itself. But so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just got to get these out now. I don't know if I'm gonna try it today. My back's a little sore from turning this thing over so many times. But yeah, I just picture a piston being in here. Once I got the crank out, I got enough a rod movement, connecting rod movement, where I could actually just pull the crank out. And then just picture a piston being here. Actually, this one here was stuck halfway down. It was really stubborn. I just got my torch. I just heated the face of the piston for about 2 to 3 minutes. Not red hot, just 2 to 3 minutes. And then I just sprayed the outside with WD-40, and you could see it smoking and bubbling. And then I'd wait, and then I'd heat it up again, and you could see the WD-40 bubbling on the outside. And then I just would tap on my hammer, and it would go down. You could hear it. You could hear the chunk, chunk, chunk. You know, it wasn't a solid mass anymore. It's just you could hear it giving. And they popped out from this way. So that worked out good. The heat, the torch, and the WD-40 is what did it for me. So anyways, that's it for now. That's the update on the 327. I'm sure you guys got your own projects going on, but this is what I've been doing. So thanks for tuning in to the channel. We'll see what happens next. Thanks.